Alrighty, this is my first video deck tech, and this is going to be my Progenitus God-Walker deck. So I will just go through the cards and explain to you a little bit about why I made what choices I made. So originally it was going to be Corona, but it seems like everybody else in the world wanted to do that for flavor purposes, so I figured who has more devotion than Progenitus. So here we go. So first and foremost, we'll just take a look at the tokens and emblems that are going to be associated with the deck. Venser, Kiora, Garruk, and Sorin. Now we got the tokens, we got our Vampire, we got our 2/1 Hasty Goblin that was never printed, so I had to manufacture him myself. And we got our Dragon token, and we got a Red-White Goblin Soldier. Then we got a Black-Green Worm token. Then our 2/1 Cleric Enchantment Creature. And then we got our 2/2 Green Red Satyr. 9/9 Kraken. The 1/1 Green and Black Snake Enchantment. 3/3 Black Beast with Death Touch. Our 3/3 Enchantment Artifact Creature Golem. And then we also have a Saproling token that we need for the deck as well. So here we go with the lands. So we have 2 of each basic land. I just picked my favorite art for each of the full arts and the cards for each one. Alright. And now we have the set of shocks from Return to Ravnica. And then I decided why not throw all the temples in here so we could get a little bit more deck manipulation. So we got 1 each of the temples from the Theros block. Righty. And then when Khan's given us back the original fetch lands, I figured I'd throw these 5 in here and see how they do. Work pretty good with the shock lands. So we got all 5 of these. Haven't added the ones from Zendikar yet. Okay, then we got a Reflecting Pool, City of Brass. Just a few lands that produce mana of any color. Then I also got Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. This was the most recent add, and I thought it would be useful because there's a lot of hybrid mana symbols in this deck, so it actually does fit just right, and it works great. And then we just have a Ghost Quarter just for random land removal. So the next section we're going to be taking a look at is going to be the original Guild Mages, and not all of them are going to be Guild Mages. They would be anything with double hybrid, 2 hybrid mana symbols for each guild respectively. So first one is Aureus. Obviously I kept this as a guild mage because the abilities are just amazing here. Then we got Rise of the Hobgoblins, which took the place of Boros Guild Mage just because Boros Guild Mage is not that great of a card. And this gets us tons of dual colored tokens which go great with the lieges that I put in here, as well as its finisher with Perforos. Okay, and now we have Sig. This could easily be replaced by Dimir Guild Mage. So it's just personal opinion. With him, I can search him up because he's legendary, and he also gets me card draw that I don't have to pay for. So I decided to go with him. Then we got the Golgari Guild Mage, which gives me recursion with his first ability. Second ability, not too relevant, but the recursion is always really good. Okay, and then we replace Gruul Guild Mage with the Vexing Shusher, obviously because of its amazing ability that it can't be countered, and it stops all your other spells from being countered too, if you'd like. The next one we went with Cracklebur. So, for the Izzet slot, there wasn't a whole lot of great options, so I figured with Cracklebur, at least he has a couple abilities. We may get to use them at some points during the game, may not, but it's certainly better than just a 1/4. Or something that copies instants and sorceries, considering there are really none in the deck besides 1. So that's why I chose to go with him. And we got Stillmoon Cavalier, just a hair better, or a lot better actually, than the Orzhov Guild Mage. So That's why he is there. Then we have Rakdos Guild Mage, which could easily be replaced with Fulminator Mage, but don't have the money to soup this deck up any more than I already have. But he's also the one that makes our 2/1 Red Goblin token creature. And then we got Selesnya Guild Mage, produces Saprolings, pumps all of our creatures, well-rounded card. And then instead of Simic Guild Mage, we have Gilder Baron, because we're going to be dealing with some +1/+1 counters as well as 10 Planeswalkers, so we can get their ultimates off pretty quick if we get Gilder Baron going. Next is going to be the Lieges. They're all pretty self-explanatory. They give pumps to creatures of their color. And they also have hybrid mana symbols, which is going to be great for our devotion to get all of our gods online. Deathbringer Liege, amazing ability on him. Wiltleaf Liege, very good as well. Alright, and now I decided since we got a Johnny Mentor Heroes that I was going to put all 10 Planeswalkers in here, one to represent each guild that there is, since now that we have a complete cycle of guild-colored Planeswalkers. So, obviously for the Azorius Guild we have Venser, there weren't any other options there. Same thing with Boros, so Johnny Vengeance the only one. Ashiok, here we had one other option, I believe, and that was Tezzeret, and since we're not heavy on artifacts, there's no need to put that in there, so Ashiok's the only other choice. I chose to go with Garruk here, just because his removal is better than Vraska. It's just a very well-rounded card. Xenagos, this could easily be replaced by Domri Raid for removal. I really like Xenagos in here because of all my lieges, and he pumps out dual-colored tokens, so they're also going to get a lot of buffs off of the lieges. Ralzeric here. Again, I don't have a lot of spells that are going to target creatures, so it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to put Dak Faden in this slot, so I just went with Ral. Soren, Lord of Innistrad. I think he's just a hair better than the Solemn Visitor that just came out, so that's why he's here. Then we got Sarkhan the Mad, which would be our only choice for Rakdos. And Johnny Mentor Heroes, amazing card. The only choice, obviously, we have for Selesnya. And then Kiora, the only choice we have for Simic, and she is also an amazing card as well. Now we just go through and we got all 15 of the gods. Just go ahead and dig through them real quick. Mitra, Krufix, and now we have the 5 single-colored gods. Right, and I decided why not put the weapons in here to go with the gods. So we got a shiny whip, a shiny Bident, shiny bow of Nylea, shiny hammer, shiny spear. Alright, and now we got some single-colored mana slots, because I really like Dragon Master Outcast, and also I have the Cascading Enchantment in here, which is coming up here in just a moment, and I only have 2 1-drops in the deck, so whenever I play a 2-drop, I will either get to this guy or the other one, and his ability is just so powerful. And here we have our green and our white single mana, and that's Captain Sisay. Obviously, there's a lot of legendary permanents in this deck, so there's a lot of things we can dig up with Captain Sisay. So that would just leave black and blue left over for our single manas. And Havengul Lich, since I'm running 5 colors, I can recur anything from anybody's graveyard, so I figured I'd give them a try. There's a lot of other things that can work in this slot, but it's just what I wanted to try out to start with. And here's our Nexus, which lets us cascade every single spell, the first spell we cast each turn. Righty, and then Chromanicore. It's just it's a fun card. I got a shiny one, so I figured why not throw it in here. You could do the Archangel if you want, Fusion Elemental, all types of other stuff that work as well. Here we have Legacy Weapon, awesome form of removal. You know, just pay 5 colored mana and you can exile any permanent, instant speed. It's just an amazing removal in a 5-color deck. Elixir of Immortality, just in case we go against a mill deck, we got options to save our butts. This could also be a Divining Top if you want, if you would like that for that spot as well. Chromatic Lantern, we want to keep our mana base as solid as possible, and Chromatic Lantern does that. It's a really amazing card. And last but not least, we have Primal Surge. This is the only instant or sorcery spell in the entire deck, and if we cast this spell, there's like a 99% chance we're just going to win the game because we're going to drop our deck into play, have 15 indestructible gods, just so many things going on that it will be hard to lose if you cast this spell and resolved it. So, okay, my name is Jeremy, and I want to thank you guys for watching my first ever video deck tech of Progenitus God-Walker deck. Alright, thank you everybody.